Hi, I'm Megan Reynolds. Today is day 25 of our 40 days of prayer, and it's also the Saturday between Good Friday, when we remember Jesus' death on the cross, and Easter Sunday, when we remember his resurrection. So on Saturday, we live into the darkness between the death of Jesus and his resurrection, and remember that the disciples didn't know what was going to happen next. And so much of our lives is like that. There are situations where things don't seem to be going the way we expected. They don't seem to be going right. And we don't know what God is going to do next. So today, I want us to focus on that piece of life. And I want us to focus our prayers on it as well, through prayers of lament. And lament is something that's a very biblical concept. There's so many psalms of lament, but it's not something that we talk about in our churches very often anymore. We tend to focus on the victory of Easter Sunday and not live into the uncertainty and darkness of the Saturday before that day. Even Jesus was familiar with prayers of lament, and from the cross, he actually starts to quote from a psalm of lament, Psalm 22. Verse 1 of Psalm 22 says, my God, why have you forsaken me?" The Jews that heard him say this from the cross probably had this psalm memorized and would have continued on in their heads what comes next. So I want to read this psalm of lament to you and then talk just a little bit more about what lament is and how we can practice it. My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from the words of my groaning? Oh my God, I cry out by day, but you do not answer, by night, and am not silent. Yet you are enthroned as the Holy One. You are the praise of Israel. In you our fathers put their trust. They trusted, and you delivered them. They cried to you and were saved. In you they trusted and were not disappointed. But I am a worm and not a man, scorned by men and despised by the people. All who see me mock me. They hurl insults, shaking their heads. He trusts in the Lord. Let the Lord rescue him. Let him deliver him, since he delights in him. Yet you brought me out of the womb. You made me trust in you, even at my mother's breast. From birth I was cast upon you. From my mother's womb you have been my God. Do not be far from me, for trouble is near, and there is no one to help. Many bulls surround me, strong bulls of Bashan encircle me. Roaring lions, tearing their prey, open their mouths wide against me. I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart has turned to wax, it has melted away within me. My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue sticks to the roof of my mouth. You lay me in the dust of death. Dogs have surrounded me. A band of evil men has encircled me. They have pierced my hands and my feet. I can count all my bones. People stare and gloat over me. They divide my garments among them and cast lots for my clothing. But you, O Lord, be not far off. O my strength, come quickly to help me. Deliver my life from the sword, my precious life from the power of the dogs. Rescue me from the mouth of the lions. Save me from the horns of the wild oxen. And the psalm goes on from there. You can see in this psalm, there's multiple themes. One is the pain and suffering that the psalmist is experiencing. Another is remembering who God is and what he's done in the past. He calls out to that God and says, don't be far from me. Where are you? Why don't you come and save me? And that's really what lamenting is. It's standing in that space between who God says he is, who we believe he is, and my lived experience right now, which doesn't seem to line up with that. So I'm saying, God, where are you? Where is this God that I have clung to and believed in since I was young? Will you be who you say that you are in my life right now? So today, as we lean into lament, I want to challenge you to think about where in your life are you needing God to show up? Where are you seeing sort of a division between what you feel like should be going on in your life as you follow Christ and what's actually happening. And then call out to God in that area. Call on him to be who he says that he is. Call him to do what he's promised to do in your life. So my challenge to you, where do you need to call on God to do what he's promised or be who he says he is?